Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.
Since 94% of the population suffers from at least a mild form of adultitis, odds are that anyone with a job has to work with someone infected with this vile disease. Maybe it's a coworker or a client. Sometimes the people I chat with after my speaking programs will confess to being married to someone with a full-blown case of adultitis. So the question, of course, is how do I fix someone who has it? Well, unfortunately, the truth is you don't. So I'm a professional speaker, and most speakers I know started their careers with the hope of making a difference and changing lives. I certainly did. If you do it long enough, though, you'll likely come across this uplifting statistic that informs you that your audience will probably forget almost everything you said the minute they walk out the door. Eventually, you will realize that you do not have any power whatsoever to change someone's life. Entertain? Sure. Inspire? Maybe. But change? That's up to them, not you. Newsflash. This handy rule also applies to husbands, wives, parents, and teachers who may be watching. It's hard not to feel like you're a professional exerciser in futility sometimes. The thing is, the more quickly you accept this reality, the better speaker you become. When you're not worried about whether you will get a standing ovation, or about the lady who ducked out the back, or about the guy in the front row with crossed arms who seems like he'd rather be shaving rabid goats with a broken razor, you'll be more likely to focus on being your authentic, true self, allowing your message to land where it will. And then you might make some sort of difference for someone. Now, you might not make your living from being on stage, but wherever you work, the principle is the same. When you're dealing with people who have adultitis, there's only so much you can do. Here are 3 things. 1, be a good example. Take yourself lightly. Live your life cheerfully, with humor and joyful anticipation. In the best case scenario, people will see and be inspired by your approach to life, and a little of that might just rub off on them. Maybe they'll even ask for your secret, and then you can help them on the road to recovery. Number 2, send kindness. If your example alone doesn't make a dent, you should put their office supplies or car keys into Jell-O molds. Just kidding. Not really. But do keep in mind that everyone is fighting a hard battle. Maybe they're tired from working overtime to pay for insurance. Maybe their dog just died. Maybe you could try sending them flowers or a box of cookies because maybe they just need someone to notice them and be kind to them. And number 3, limit exposure. If you're still running into a brick wall of adultitis with someone, your only other option is to ignore those people and do your best to limit your exposure to them. You don't have to be mean about it. You just have to be intentional. Depending on the relationship, you might actually consider deleting them from your life. Harsh, I know, but life is too short to have the joy sucked out of you by someone with advanced adultitis. Whoa, buddy, you might be thinking, that's a little extreme, and it's not exactly going to work. This is my spouse you're talking about, or I can't exactly fire my idiot boss. Well, if extracting yourself from the situation is not an option, you should make it a priority to surround yourself with people who are relatively adultitis-free. These relationships will help bolster your energy levels and serve as a force field against the adultitis-ridden zombies in your life. Isn't it an ideal situation? No, but it's reality. Yes, you can grumble about the things you can't control and complain about the mess the people in charge have made. You can throw your hands up and declare that there's nothing you can do about it. It may actually be true that there's things you have no power to change, but that does not let you off the hook. You are the ringmaster of your circus and your monkeys. Focus on the things you can control, your attitude, your actions, and the people you choose to spend most of your time with. Let go of the things you can't control. You may not be able to make someone change, but it's always possible to make a difference. If you're disappointed or frustrated by how your spouse, your job, your boss, or your kids, you always have the option of waiting for them to improve. Or you can instigate a small rebellion and spark a magical turnaround by changing the way you look at them and the way you act around them. Just don't be surprised if what changes is you.